right, welcome back to the Couch Command. Take 3.
17.
Yeah, the first time I wasn't clicking things when I should have been clicking them, and then the next
second time I was using the wrong microphone.
Yeah. So, my name's Keith. I'm Keith Justice. This is the Couch Command podcast. We're on popgeeks.com. Sorry, it's like my second Saturday in the middle of my staycation. I've had a little sake, so I'm doing the best I can. But
Vacation.
with me today I have Sabrina.
Hi, I'm back. I didn't go anywhere. I've just been in my house the whole time. The whole time.
Yep, doing that apocalypse thing. Doing our best for humanity. Because
by staying inside. Yeah. I know it's a lot of work, staying indoors and then putting a mask on when you go outdoors. It's a lot of work. But in 50 years, they'll be like, you were a real hero. Because I stayed inside on my couch.
I have become that lately, that introvert who's like, oh no, not this, not this. Yeah, I've just been having since I just like, I'm in a place in my life where I just want to stay in right now. I want to do my own thing. Like, so yeah, now that we're forced to do it, all I do is like think of ways to make my living room a little nicer. I'm trying to trick out my basement and make it a more fun place to geek. Make
it the environment that you actually want to live in?
Yeah.
What is this?
You just
all right, tell me about some of your decorations you're putting up.
Let's see. One of them is like this, like, very high, dude, it's kind of hard to describe. It's a very vintage Star Wars poster, which is just like, shoot, it's hard to say. A vintage Star Wars poster is up there. An anime poster I found along the way. I remember a past Keith found this Fooly Cooley poster, and he really wanted me to make it home okay with it. So, like, he was really protective of it, and he just put it in the basement for many years. And then I finally framed it, and that's up and looking beautiful. Yeah.
Cootie, that's a flashback.
Yeah, it's a fun work. It's been a fun work in progress making what I'm going to be calling Starbase Alpha, because it's like,
I love it. Genius.
Yeah, a lot of dorky ideas for it. So, how's your geek world been?
I finally, for the first time, watched an anime called La Cordodoro from like the fucking 90s. It's reverse harem where they're all going to a music school, and this girl gets a magic violin, and it's all about the love of music. And it's been a wild ride for me because I've been enjoying all of the concerts. They're all like real wonderful recordings of pieces that I really like, but the plot is just absurd.
Oh my god.
And in the end, it doesn't even feel like it was really a harem because it's more like the girl kind of feels like she should end up with the other girl, and like some of the dudes have some tension that I'm just like, all right.
And this is from the 90s?
I would not recommend this anime, but it's funny if you like music, I guess.
And it's a 90s anime?
I feel like it. It must be. Like, I think I heard about it when I was a teenager. I'm gonna look it up.
Cool. Yeah. If you have a link or something like that, I'd love to take a peek at it. I don't know. Do you keep up with? No spoilers whatsoever. But and I'm gonna try to not be specific. But do you been keeping up with the Mandalorian at all?
No, I haven't watched any of season 2. I mean, I know a couple things. I know the name.
Do you know the
diet?
Do you know the big deal that happened?
Yes.
Okay.
The thing, the appearance.
Yeah, man. So Star Wars is it's fucking back. I'm
gonna put this in the word of my roommate. I don't know. 10 seems excessive, but still looking forward to that Ewan McGregor piece. So knock on wood.
So, like, my enjoyment of Star Wars had to adjust because of what was going on with the movies and stuff. And I found so much joy. Like, I want to write an article about, like, how much amazingness I've seen in the Star Wars fandom because of the fall of Star Wars.
What's stopping you?
What's stopping me is laziness.
Okay, well.
But I have started it. Me and Max have been started editing it. We'll see if I can make it.
Awesome, I'm glad.
But yeah, like the fall of it created like these lore masters and like these channels and people creating their own things, and like the hate, it can be in such a constructive and like just high art fashion that it's been taking my breath away. And then like this last season of Mandalorian, they fucking killed it. They actually got Star Wars. They did Star Wars right. It's like really good. And then like some of the people I usually go to, like, you know, like the brand they've been like making their living off of, like, is hating Star Wars. So when you see them do it with this, it's kind of like,
yeah, it is weird. The like 2000s on the internet, and like the 2010 was very much just like everything sucks. We hate everything, and it's kind of sad because I feel like the level of stuff is just fragmenting more. Anyway, but yes, I agree. It's not helpful.
Well, I don't know. Like, there's some stuff that I thought was beautiful and helpful. It's just like now, like some of them, like I feel like their hatred came from an honest place and made some good art that made me smarter. But now that they don't have a place of that inspiration anymore, they don't have the hatred and inspiration anymore. They
just hating because people expect you to hate.
Yep. And it's kind of like, oh no, what's going to happen to that art now? Like, if there isn't like really bad Star Wars anymore, like, wow, all right, well, you know, like the world has been shifting in the world of darkness, so it's been kind of fun to watch.
Also, I'm sorry I lied to you. That anime is from 2006.
Oh, all right. I still want a link to see what it looks like.
Okay.
Because like the word you said, I'm from the mainland. I'm not from Canada. I don't speak French, so like what you said to me, like the words, I don't even know what the letters were.
It's actually Spanish.
Oh my God, I'm that bad.
Here. You have it now, and nobody listening to this has it, but it's I told you so. Yep.
Do you want to say it again? The name of the anime?
La Corda d'Oro.
It's not.
It means the golden string.
It's not Kino Karna Cord. Lord have mercy on my soul. It's
Kyokaramao. No, that's a different one.
Oh, okay.
Kara, whatever. It's that shoujo style. What do you want?
There's okay. I'll read through this later. Like, there's just like different words.
I don't really recommend it anyways. So I mean.
Whoa! You watched all 25? Did you watch it and you don't recommend it?
I just watched season 1.
Oh.
If you like music, it's fun to listen to. But yeah, I don't necessarily recommend it.
Gotcha.
Unless you're really into shoujo reverse harems, which
I'm more of like
no judgment
open
to anybody who is.
Like
that's not my thing.
Not the shonen. All my anime is shonen, so it's kind of like, hey,
yeah,
is there something else out there that was really good but not shonen?
I can introduce you to some, but this is not one of them.
Gotcha. All right. Do we want to
Yeah, let's talk about Wonder Woman.
All right. What's your past with Wonder Woman? What do you know with yeah.
My past with Wonder Woman, I mean, like, I, like any child of the 80s and 90s, know of Wonder Woman as, like, the superhero that is also a lady. Just like, y'all had a lot of choices. We had Wonder Woman. I thought she was a badass lady when I was young. I vaguely knew of Linda Carter, but I knew of her more and more as I got older and my dad started introducing me to, like, his extra nerdy comic book stuff.
Cool.
We watched Adam West Batman, so we had to watch some Linda Carter Wonder Woman, obviously. It kind of disappeared from my thing, and then it reappeared as a cool, like, hey, guess what? This was written by a dude based on his 2 lady friends, in whom they were, like, in a cool relationship, and I was like, ooh, that's very interesting. So,
what?
Oh, you don't know about this?
Nope.
The gentleman who created Wonder Woman was in a triad with 2 other ladies.
What the hell?
And it was a BDSM triad, so don't be so surprised about that lasso of truth. And Wonder Woman is a combination of both of them. So, like, one of them wore golden bracelets a lot, so that's why she has those bracelets. And
what the hell?
The magic lasso is the BDSM thing. Yep. So that's the history of Wonder Woman. Now you know.
I'm glad that happened.
And then
what the? All right.
I really enjoyed the first Wonder Woman movie. I liked that they hired a bunch of athletes. I liked the like kind of dorkiness of the storyline with her and Chris Pine, and then like her meeting other people that have been kind of like downtrodden. I enjoyed the movie. I didn't enjoy many of her parts in the other movies, but that's just because they were big, disasters. Batman and Superman and stuff.
I can't wait to talk about those because like I actually like I like those movies.
Totally fine. We've talked about this in the Star Trek podcast, how I'm like, I don't respond to nostalgia the same way other people do typically. This feels like it was very much like the other DC movies. If you're a follower of the comic books, and if you know the comic books really intimately, it's going to be chock full of a bunch of references that will make you very happy. Like Lower Decks. But I didn't like Lower Decks, so Wonder Woman was kind of like, for me too.
Yeah, for me, it's not the references as much as like with DC. My past with her, my past with Wonder Woman starts like with Linda Carter. I don't remember anything, but I do remember I spun around. And I put on bracelets, and there's definitely like a Halloween where like they dress me up as Wonder Woman. So my mom is I have like this plastic Wonder Woman like weird thing on. Anyway, thing? It was like this plastic mask and like this like weird plastic costume that they had me use.
Mm-hmm.
So they loved parading me around in that. I wasn't too mad because it was Wonder Woman, but still I wanted to be the ghost. But I'm too small to be a ghost. I don't know how that works.
Oh my god, that's cute. You wanted to be the ghost? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm too small somehow. Somehow that works. I don't know. I know the math on that.
They didn't want you to trip on the...
Oh yeah. It's so hard to find.
They actually just didn't want to cut holes in any of their sheets. They were like, nah.
But anyway, I did love Linda Carter. I had a blast with her. So, then like, Wonder Woman, she disappeared from me, and then she like, she's in the background of some comic books. One of the biggest things I saw of her was like she like, I saw her break Max Lord's neck in like some big event. She was reintroduced to me as like, okay, like she's, people think she's the woman Superman, but she's not. She's like, almost on his strength level, but she kills. And like, oh shit, well, okay, all right, Wonder Woman's a badass warrior woman, who fights through the mythologies. Oh, okay, this is cool. All right. And there's like this animated movie that was fantastic. I did like the first movie a lot. And I think Gal Gadot, she's like, she's got it. She's got sort of a thing. I'm going to critique her acting, but I don't think is good. But I do think she has a presence, which is astounding. Like, every time she smiles at me in the camera, I feel something. So, yeah, that's me up to this point.
Interesting.
Yeah, how are we going to go about this?
I don't know. I guess we'll just start talking about the movie.
Go. What'd you think?
Okay, so it starts out at that scene on the warrior moment, ladies. Themyscira, is that right? Themyscira, okay. I felt kind of weird about that scene because it felt like it happened before the scene that happened at the beginning of the first movie, and I wasn't totally sure why we revisited it, but it just to implant the theme, I guess, like the truth is everything. But it still feels kind of rude. They just like stopped her. I mean,
no. She didn't hit that last
because she
target.
didn't hit the blue one. I know, but just like throw it, and then you lost because you lost. Just you did it faster, but you lost. Like
I did wonder, like, would you have stopped any of the other ladies if they were going to do it? Like, that you just lose. You just
they're like, oh, it went through, but it doesn't matter because you didn't hit that other one. Remember?
So
you have to hit all of them, obviously. Otherwise, you're not an archer.
I wrestled with myself through this movie because I'm pretty sure, like, I have a weird thing with, I think, DC movies where I'm hyper forgiving of them.
Okay.
Like, I can't wait. I want to talk to you guys about, like, Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel because I like those movies. I even really like Justice League. So I'd love to have a conversation about those. So, I was battling with myself to like this opening because to me it was too cliche feeling.
Yep.
Like, and like there's like this there's like this flow of it, which was a straight ripoff from Treasure Planet, where the character says something about this that makes my spirit soar. Then the music goes da da da, and like they did this with her. I'm like, oh, all right, you know. But like then I'm thinking like, hey, well, what the fuck, man? Like, what if it's a little kid? This is like their first movie ever. It's the first time they get to have that feeling, so maybe that's okay, right? Like so, like yeah, I like the opening to me. I'm like, I see this, and like I feel like if I was a kid and this is like my first movies ever, like yes, this is what I want, and
you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna grow into that tall lady.
Exactly, like little kid gets to go toe to toe with like the adults and win, and that's awesome. So therefore, this was awesome, right? Did you like this opening?
You said right, but not really. It kind of feels like every RPG that also has horses, you know, like The Witcher 3.
Percy Jackson
you have
did
like
the exact opening too.
You have that mini game where you have to do a horse race, and it was just like that. It just flashed me back to all those really annoying horse races from video games where you're like, oh, I missed the target, I gotta go back around because for some reason it doesn't read it on the left side, only on the right side.
A Percy Jackson sequel did the same opening where, like, you know, you got this, you know, big, you know, tournament and, like, you know, the music's, oh my god, we're here, it's adventure time. And, like, you know, even there I was like, alright, you know, like, okay, like, maybe it's my fault now, though. Like, I've seen this a jillion times, but, like, you know, I'm in my 40s now, so, like, maybe, like is it our fault? Like,
is it our fault?
Having seen it so many times that we're not impressed by it, but if this is for an audience who's seeing it like for the first time, why shouldn't you do that? Or are we saying there's like a way that you can like do it genuinely that could touch all of our hearts? Maybe?
I think if the whole point of the scene was just to be like, my mom said the truth is what saves us, then like there were a lot of different things they could have done there. But I mean, it was fun to watch. It would have been more fun on a big screen. I always like a good horse race. I kind of wish that they had hired the athletes that they hired last time. It kind of looked like it had gone back to model proportions on everyone, but whatever. It was just kind of funny because honestly, I couldn't take the whole scene seriously because I'm like, this is the famous Isle of the Warrior Women. So I understand this is supposed to be the best of the best, but why are so many of them just sitting in the stands chilling? Like, this isn't Greece. This is the island of the warrior women, you know?
I'll just say, like, is it it is the island of the warrior women. I was like, maybe some of them are philosophers. But,
are they?
And, you know, wait, no, you have to have warrior philosophers. So that's what that was, I think.
So I guess it was good for the setup. Well,
yeah.
Let me just get into the whole movie because it's pretty indicative of the entire movie for me. There's just like a lot of stuff that I was like, that looks really cool. I enjoyed watching it. But the beat per beat and the of the movie just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
yeah.
Everybody's always when you play a Nathan Drake game and like every time you get to a new area, like the people spawn. Like everybody's always at the right place at exactly the right time, even when they come from Egypt. Just perfect timing all the time, every time. Everybody always knows where everyone is going somehow. And the rhythm to me was really off. It was just like. Yeah. By the time we got to the point that should have been the halfway point, it was like 2 hours into the movie, and I was like, please, it's too long.
People who don't say things like the rhythm is off have been saying that over and over about this movie.
Yeah, well, like, the beginning started a bit like an action movie, and then, but then, it did, with her being a kid, but then it went into... like an awkward romantic comedy kind of thing with Cheetah at first, and it was just like, I want people to love me more, and it was very much like an 80s Pretty in Pink 16 Candles kind of like, I will improve my hair and my outfit, and I will take my glasses off, and I'll wear something tight, and everybody will like me. And I was like, okay, so there's some Pretty in Pink in here, and then there was just like some romantic comedy stuff going on with with Wonder Woman and Chris Pine, which was like a reflection of what had happened last time, with Steve Trevor being the one who was updated and her being like, "Oh my god, everything is amazing."
Yeah.
And
Wow.
they had played both times, but yeah, so it went into a romantic comedy there, and then it went back into an action movie, and just like the beats didn't feel like they all belonged to the same movie, and it was very strange for me.
Yeah. While watching it, there's like a disconnection or something, feeling like that, where like I didn't feel like I was not swept away in the river of a movie. Like there would be times where I'm just like, oh, should I still be paying attention?
Yeah, like some scenes were interesting one after the other, but you're like, as an overall, like, what's happening in this movie right now?
Someone on my Facebook said, I literally thought that I had a commercial break had started, and I didn't know that the movie was still going.
What scene was that for?
Like, I don't know. I forget. I wanted to ask, but I do know what she feels like. Like,
yeah, I feel like I had that feeling at some point too.
Yeah, there's like something was just a little too artificial, and anyway, yeah. My general feelings in the movie is that like, I love Wonder Woman and Diana and Gal Gadot's smile, and like when she saves people, she makes me feel warm, like Christopher Reeve did. So I kept on trying to make all the excuses while I was watching this. I was like, all right, but
I really want to like it.
Yeah, why didn't this scene didn't flow in that one? Okay, that action scene was pretty good. Like this, we're doing a little remix on Indiana Jones. But I feel like everything is just doing it to be just doing it.
Yeah.
So there's the vector of like the reason why my love for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy keeps growing is that like James Gunn went from the direction of what does a person make? I am now that kid who saw Star Wars. What do I make? Like, so you can see like his genuine creation of like, what do I want to see on the screen as a result of being inspired by the 80s and whatnot, versus where I feel like Patty Jenkins was told, make it look like Guardians of the Galaxy in the 80s. Have fun.
This better trigger some nostalgia in someone who is watching it, okay? And at least once we must have someone in one of these jazzercise, like high-waisted, like spandex outfits, okay?
No one...
Crazy hair!
She was not sitting around with her gin and tonic and suddenly, like, you know, sloshing, goes, I have it! There's a story I need to tell, and it's through the 80s and in the visual style. No, this was like, hey, do this visual style, and go.
100, yeah.
Yeah, and then like also the artificial structure, the artificialness of it is like, what I've been seeing lately is outside the Marvel movies. I don't know, I haven't figured out how they're doing it, and I think they just have like synergy enough, like
the
flow,
model movies,
like Marvel.
Oh, Marvel. Okay.
Yeah. So like Star Wars and DC, they have someone gives like a very short amount of time, and they just make a crap movie, like. I don't think they had enough time to even try to think about a good story. I think that, this is like such a product of, you have now a year and a half to knock this out, make it look like this, have some fun, we love you. And like the people on the screen, they seem like they're having a great time. Loving each other, having a good time, but
it didn't make sense together. That's all. It didn't make sense together. Like, we spend, like, 10 minutes with Gal Gadot learning how to fly in the sky, and, like, cool, you're having a good time. I'm glad that Trevor's saying something, like, helped you discover that new superpower, but,
pretty sure I cried. And like... No,
that's just jealousy. So we all want to be able to fly like that.
Oh, God, the way they did it killed me. Like, while it was happening, I was like, I rolled my eyes, because it's bullshit the way they were doing it. Like, no, Trevor can't just tell you're a goddess. It's been years. You've had
it's just like, adventures. It's just air and wind, and she's like, oh, you're right, I can do it now. Like, what?
Yeah, no. He does not get to tell you how to fly. No. But
yes, thank you for being angry about that. I appreciate it.
But yeah, he's a soldier. He's a good man. He's got a good heart. But yeah, the mythology. Anyway, yeah. But the way it was shot, The way it looked, the way
it did remind me
felt.
of Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, the way I felt while she flew through the sky, it took my heart, man. Like, I was just like, oh wow, all right. And then you just fly. I'm like, shut up! Okay, all right, yeah.
Get out of here,
all
Chris
right.
Pine!
Yep, stop ruining my scene.
Okay, so how did you feel about her being like, my father once made the island invisible. Wait, can I just... This jet is invisible now.
Man, dude, I was like, I was in back of the pilot seat where I'm like, maybe she's had the adventures. No, that doesn't make sense. I can't make up for this. I can't.
It will now be invisible. It is invisible now.
She did the beat, like they did the beats of what should be a classic scene.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That's how the whole thing feels. Like all of the scenes are like, okay, this scene is a classic beat from this other movie. This scene is a classic beat from this other movie. This is a classic trope from 80s movies. And
yep. Flustered. What are we gonna do? I tried it once. I never found the cup again. Cutscene. And you're like, okay, I get how that beat goes. I guess. Well, wait. Once again, how much of this is my fault? Maybe there's like, what if it? Once again, like, is this okay for like the first time for a kid? Like they get, or like,
I am viewing this as an adult. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I can't answer that.
I'm just saying.
I also
like,
didn't answer the movies the same way kids did anyway. Okay, here's what I thought was funny. So they made this entire plot about the stone that disintegrates and becomes part of Pablo Pascal. Spoilers, obviously. It's funny because the whole time I was just like, so it's just a monkey's paw. So they just made a monkey's paw, but they made it a different shape. All right, so this is the monkey's paw, right? And then like an hour and 45 minutes in or whatever, somebody like literally calls it a monkey's paw, and I'm like, see, they knew it. Why didn't they just say it?
At least they're genre aware. You know, they weren't completely oblivious. Why does this keep happening? We just can't put that together. So,
but it was a very long movie for it. Yep. I have nothing to say about that. It's too long. What's too long? The movie, the whole movie. It's too long.
Oh my god, yes. Like I was watching it and like I hit the button. I was like, okay, how? Oh my god, I'm in the middle of this, huh? Okay, you just keep going. And I did actually try to watch it a second time and try to take notes.
And you're like, nah.
I just kept on finding other things to do. I was like, stop it, Keith. No, sit down. Like, you take some notes. And like, I was like, all right, we're gonna do this. And the next thing, I'm like, moving some furniture in the basement. I'm like, wait, oh shit.
Oh god, okay. I guess I'll watch it again.
Like, man, yeah, that was some doing it just to be doing it ass movie.
Yeah. Like, one of my friends feels the same way about DC movies as you do. She's just like super excited to see them, and she in fact does want to like watch them to be like, aha, that's a reference from the comic books. That's a reference from the comic book. Like, it makes her really happy. So I hope she's gonna have a really good time with this movie, especially with the little like armor reveal and then like Wonder Woman actually wearing the armor. I gotta say, I respect the choice of the armor for one reason, and that's because of that scene. With the golden lasso, with it reflecting in her armor, that was dope. And it was also the only way I could see her because the rest of the fight was way too fucking dark.
Oof. Yeah, that armor fight was not a good fight.
I feel like they didn't make Cheetah the way they wanted Cheetah to look, so they were like, let's just turn everything down so nobody could tell.
And we didn't even get a beat that showed that she's gonna be like in the armor, like. She went straight from flying. I just didn't know she was going back to.
But they pointed it out like three hours beforehand.
This thing exists, therefore end of movie. Oh, okay.
But also, it's to set up for the last thing, Keith.
Ooh, okay.
But we'll talk about that later.
Freaking Matthew McConaughey cried. Like
I was like.
Freaking. I saw her from the back, and I knew it was her. Like, she walks only that way.
Really?
It's only her. Yes. She has a walk. I
was like, the way that they're framing this makes me very suspicious, because it's definitely meant to look like Diana, but I'm not... Oh, my lord! So the promise there is that she will be that character in Wonder Woman 3, or we're not going to go see it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean...
that's what the word is. Like, so
It definitely felt like they were trying to copy the Marvel thing where you have like an end credit scene that implies what's going on next movie. So if that movie is not with Linda Carter, I'm not going to go see it.
Yeah. So the way they're doing like things I'm seeing like here is just like it is way too paid by the numbers. Like you put stuff on the screen versus like feeling like there's a story at all. Like we get Linda Carter at the end. You're like, yeah, right. She'll be in the next, and you're just like, oh, could you guys try to
right
story at all? No, Linda Carter, shut up. Okay. Yeah, I do want to see Linda Carter. Yeah,
I do like Linda Carter. Yep.
We're gonna get your money, Keith, regardless. So shut up. Like, okay, sorry. But yeah, like this movie. I was also seeing them trying to figure out what Wonder Woman is. Like, they're trying to figure out what movie do you make out of her that makes lots of money. And yeah. So,
this is not it. You know why? Because there's no formula aside from actually caring about your subject matter, and letting like a couple of people figure out what they're doing instead of like 80 people being like, we need this and we need this and we need this and we need this and we need a scene from a romantic comedy where she gets to pick out which dress she likes, and we need a scene for the guy to go through like 6 different outfits. And then I gotta point out, first of all, just the whole Chris Pine thing. She sees another dude who's like, no, it's definitely me, Chris Pine. And she's like, oh. And now she sees him as Chris Pine, but he sees himself normal in the reflection. So he's the entire time in somebody else's body. First of all, what happened to that dude? Did he just get, like, suppressed? Or what happened there? But second...
I know there's a scene that was deleted.
Second, the fact... Oh, was there? Okay, that's the scene they delete in a 2.5-hour movie that has, like, a 15-minute montage of, like, him trying clothes on. All right, fine, whatever. So the guy shows up again at the end in the outfit that Steve was like, this is a stupid outfit. And she's like, I think it looks cute. And I'm just, Diana, of all of the people in the fucking world, please do not fall in love with the dude that was temporarily inhabited by your ex. Okay, that's weird. If he finds out, he's going to feel real sad. Don't do it.
I am seeing her just enjoy, maybe she's going to enjoy being single for a while. And just, no, it doesn't matter. He's not that special.
But she's been single for like 70 years at this point.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
Just stay single. It's fine. Don't worry.
That final whisper is just like threw me off. Stay single.
Sorry.
All right. Well, no. It is pretty fun. I have to admit, being single is pretty fun. But this isn't about my life. This is about why that movie. Everyone hates it. Online, like, is
I don't
now
hate
a meme.
It. It's just cardboard. It's wet cardboard.
I've seen so much people going, what did I just see? What just happened here?
Yeah, hate is fun for people. I don't know why. I'm tired of it. It's too exhausting.
There have been a few guys that who have said, I don't care if anyone says I loved it, because they have love for Wonder Woman Diana, and that is kind of how I don't love it. I have a lot of affection for it, but yeah, it's not because it was a good movie, but because Gal Gadot.
Yeah, you know how I feel about people blindly liking movies because they have certain things in them.
Yep. I'm, though, not going to pretend that this isn't the reason I'm doing it. You're
like, but it's Wonder Woman, I have to make myself like it, it's DC.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's really cool. Gal Gadot's really cool. Mm-hmm. And then, like, the final speech at the end, like, renounce your wish. Like, that kind of hit me actually hard. And I was like, I got the feels. Wonder Woman, you are the one who could tell people to grow up and change.
And help each other, yay.
Yep, they did the freaking Dragon Ball Z ending.
Yeah, this moral felt a lot... Yeah, they did. This moral felt a lot like kind of the ending of Happiest Season, where I'm just like, okay, it's the right ending in theory, but it doesn't feel like you did anything to earn it.
Oh my god, no.
At all.
Like, they didn't even have the guts to kill the bad guy. Because, like, there's this podcast I did a long time ago for Tokusatsu show. There's, like, this guy, and he wanted to meet aliens, and he had a scheme, and he was able to kill everyone in Japan, use that power of their lives to make a beacon, and finally be seen by aliens in the sky. The good guy stops him, and like, he's like, hey man, you just want to have a friend. And like, this is the hero's like concept is like a friendship. He was like, I'll be your friend. I was like, no, he hit the button to kill all those people. He has to die now. Like,
don't be his friend. What? No, he was.
Yeah, kill him. And like, I don't care, Max. I don't care if you come around to your son. I hope he doesn't see what we have to do to you now. Because like, he hit the button. He wanted himself for himself, and was okay with killing millions of people. So no redemption for you, but we don't get to see his final punishment if he got one.
Mm.
Am I wrong?
You are not wrong.
Okay. No, you don't get forgiveness if you hit the button that kills everybody. Even if you learn your lesson afterwards, I'm glad you're a better person now. It's better for you this way.
Yeah. Well, simplistic morals at the end of big budget movies, because whatever. But let's be honest, her lassoing through the sky was real cool.
Yes, it was. Yes, God, it was. I'm not she was throwing her, and then like she threw her lasso and like it like looped around the cloud. I was like, yes, I'm okay with this. Yes.
This doesn't make sense, but this is a comic book, so this is not one of the things I will argue about.
Like she's like swings on lightning.
I'm like, Cheetah's arc I'm a little concerned about. She was like, I'm a dorky lady that nobody pays attention to. I want more people to pay attention to me. Oh, people like me now. They think that I'm cute and smart and special and I'm really strong. And now I want to kill everyone. I will be the apex murderer. Like, what?
I want to go for popularity too. Can I also like murder anybody I want to? Like, whoa. What,
I'm not sure how you got there. I understand that they wanted a cool Diana versus Cheetah fight, and that the point was that Cheetah would show up like out of nowhere and be like, no, I must protect him, because if you kill him, you take away my wish, and I need to stay special. Like, that made sense. But then the like, I'm gonna go bloodlust now, feels great to have power, that did not make sense, Like, alright.
So we're and once again, Cheetah, she doesn't have it. She doesn't. Does she have anything coming?
Huh?
Because like she
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. We don't know.
She didn't kill that guy, but then that guy's an asshole. But you don't have to.
Yeah. Did she take her wish back also? Because I don't remember if she did or not.
I'm pretty sure she didn't.
So did she like? Yeah. I don't know what.
Yeah.
That kind of seems like they didn't close that loop.
There's a massive amount of cartoon logic you have to like do now. Like, I here I do forgive it. Like, I'm sorry, but DC is a goofy cartoon universe that, like, it's always been
she'll show back up in a different. We'll be like, how do you still have your powers? And she'll be like, I don't know, but I do.
I mean, like, all the people in the world, Diana can convince all the people in the world to take back their wish, but a villain, no. So Cheetah would keep it, but I'm pretty sure we can just cartoon say everyone else gave back their wish. Also,
just the hilarity of 80s technology being able to transmit to every TV in the world, and also a vast majority of people having a TV to look at. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
They're like, we will take over everything. I'm like, I don't think we have enough satellites for that. But that's cartoon logic. But that's fine. It's some like Doctor Doom shit.
Yeah. 80s in the 80s cartoons, they definitely did have that technology. So.
Oh, here was another funny thing. Just like, not the first scene, but the second scene. The one where Diana, like, there's the three dudes trying to rob the antiquities thing, and then she throws her thing to break all of the cameras. First of all, It's really fucking funny. They had to do it because in Superman versus Batman versus Superman, whatever, or in one of them, they're like, you've been hidden since World War I. So she has to, quote unquote, be hidden. So she breaks all the security cameras before she saves anybody. But that means that she's still always wearing that outfit under anything that she has. Like, she's always wearing it.
It's always morphin' time. She's always ready to transform.
So much for being quiet and Secret Diana, but whatever. What was really funny about that scene was one dude runs out with a bag. Three of them split into totally different directions. Some of them have only made eye contact, but somehow everybody knows all three of the people who are involved in this crime.
What's funny is, like, but they're conspicuous to the camera and to everyone around them.
Somehow.
Like, in the shot, they do look very, like, stand-outy, but, like, yeah, like, fourth wall, we can see that. They shouldn't be able to, but they see what we do. They're like, oh my god, look at that villain-looking guy.
I did enjoy the, like, shortcut of two people trying to run up a down escalator. That's always fun.
So yeah, that movie's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah,
like,
moments that'll make you laugh, moments that'll make you feel nice, but just generally like kind of plotless, meandering, and not sure of its tone.
Yeah, doing it just to be doing it.
Yep.
Do we have anything else we should be covering?
No. That's
all right.
I think that pretty much covers that movie.
Cool.
Watch clips of it.
Let's watch some clips right now. And anyway, so so that we don't have an awkward ending. What are your final thoughts on the movie and where you think it should go? There you go.
The movie and where it should go. It should go to somebody specific's hands so they have an idea of what they're doing. No offense, Zack Snyder, but I'm bored of your superhero movies.
No, it's Patty Jenkins.
Yeah. Wonder Woman is fun for like little scenes, like if you want to see some cute moments with her and Steve or whatever, but it's not a solid movie. Don't worry about it if you can't see it.
Yep. This is definitely one to skip. Like, this was them saying we need to fill this spot, and here's a concept so that the people making it can have as much fun as possible, but like, when you show up, it's kind of like, hey, you guys, do you guys want to do this or not? Okay.
Why did they pick the year 1984? Is it just because there's a book that's also 1984, but it didn't have the same theme at all?
I was guessing that maybe that's when like the Linda Carter show starts.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, maybe that is only what I'm guessing. But like, I'm guessing it's Linda Carter inspired.
Hope you're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, what I think what needs to happen is like there's like this one point in time where I picked up a random Superman comic book, and the story just happened to be that like Wonder Woman and Superman fell into a hell dimension and like they fought through it for like 5,000 years or something like that, and then like their costumes got torn a bit, and they got like like armor and swords and axes, and they kicked butt across the and then like the story was like they never cheat on their respective people on the outside ever, and that was awesome. And then they came back and like he was still faithful to Lois. You're like, well, wow, but like yeah, have her fight hell demons. Like,
yeah, that'd be
fun. She is built for that.
I mean, Linda Carter, but yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more thought.
Yeah, I think that if we want, I think the key to finding some kick-ass Wonder Woman is to go hard on her fantasy. Like, go hard with like, even like if you give some flair, make it horror.
Maybe
fantasy.
not make it half romantic comedy at this point.
Oh please. Yeah, I'm positive we'll never see Steve ever again. Like,
yeah, I remember when they announced Steve, we were just like, wait, but how? And then watching the movie, I'm like, I still feel weird about this decision. Y'all just wanted to use Chris Pine because he's bankable. I get it, but come on.
Even Chris Pine seemed like he was like, I shouldn't be here,
Yeah, like there were moments that just felt like they were there for the trailer, for the memes. Like the part where he's like, "Ooh, what's that?" And she's like, "That's just a trash can." That was in the trailers, and that became a meme. I remember it was a meme. It was.
Yeah,
you guys made that entire scene to the art students. The only reason they went to the art thing in the first place was to make that trash joke. I swear to God.
Yeah, that sounds like that's like a corporate constructed joke or something. That was not inspired comedy.
It was not an inspired movie either.
Nope. They got their paychecks. Hey Jenkins,
Woohoo. You're
next on to Rogue Squadron. So, yeah, I don't know what I saw in this movie. Like, I don't know what I saw of her in this movie that is the same that was in the first movie. Like, I'm not sure what her talent is. Oh no, yeah, I should see other Patty Jenkins movies. No, she did Game of Thrones stuff, so she should be doing kick-ass fantasy things.
All right, we'll talk about it after you watch those.
All right. Watched what?
The other stuff that has been made by Patty Jenkins.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll look that up. All right. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, this is us signing off saying, don't bother going to see Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, this is me saying that, hey, if you have it on the background, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's great for background
beautiful
stuff. Yeah. Do some sewing or something. Yep.
Very pretty in the background.
Do smart whilst you watch Wonder Woman-ish.
All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in to a quick episode of our Couch Commandery, and we will talk to you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks for joining. Later. You're out.
It's always the right time deal.
Hey, want to go to Mickey D's for lunch?
Ooh, let's go now.
But it's not lunchtime yet.
If we're going to McDonald's, it's always the right time.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that.
There's a deal for every lunch hour at McDonald's.
And there's a classic for every craving. Mix and match 2 for just $3.50, like a McChicken, a McDouble, or a hot and spicy McChicken. Price and participation may vary. Single item at regular price cannot be combined with any other offer.